You walk into a restaurant in Gangnam Seoul and sit down. The water's already there, ice cold, pitcher full, and menus waiting. You don't need to flag anyone down. Don't need to make awkward eye contact with a server across the room hoping they'll notice you. There's a little button on the table. You press it. Beep. 2 seconds later, someone's there. Takes your order, leaves. Food comes and you eat, need something else, press again. When you're done, you walk to the counter to pay. The whole time, unless you signal first, no one interrupts you. No waiting, no guessing, no friction. Efficient, fast, precise. This little button, the call bell, it's everywhere now. As of the mid-2020s, over 80% of franchise restaurants in Korea have them as standard equipment. Corner noodle shops, fried chicken joints, tiny family-run places, they all have this button. It's so normal you don't even think about it. But here's the thing. Globally, this is pretty weird. A culture where customers summon staff only when needed, where servers don't come by asking everything okay, where a tiny electronic device makes all of this possible. Inside this one button, there's a whole value system Korea decided to build. Look, I'll be honest, when I started digging into this, I thought it was just about convenience. Turns out it's way more interesting than that. Call bells first showed up in Korea in the late 1990s, mostly in upscale restaurants, kind of a luxury thing. Then 1997 happened. The IMF crisis hit, the economy collapsed, and the restaurant industry went into pure survival mode. You had to do maximum output with minimum staff. 3 people doing the work of 5, 2 doing the work of 3. The call bell wasn't a nice-to-have anymore. It was a survival tool. You couldn't afford to have servers walking around checking on tables. Customers call when they need something, that's it. Most efficient system possible. So I looked at the numbers, and they're honestly kind of bizarre. After adopting call bells, serving efficiency jumped 40%. Same number of staff, way more tables covered. Servers stopped making unnecessary trips, only moved when actually needed. For owners, lower labor costs. For customers, no unwanted interruptions during meals. Win-win, right? By the 2000s, franchise chains standardized it. By the 2010s, even mom-and-pop shops started installing them. I talked to some small restaurant owners who said customers actually complained when there wasn't a bell. They'd gotten so used to it, customer response was overwhelmingly positive. One survey found 73% of diners said they liked not having to read the room, not having to wonder if the server's too busy, if calling out would be rude, if they should wait or speak up. No need to shout, "Excuse me," 3 times across a noisy dining room. Loud restaurant, private room, doesn't matter. Just press, signal when you need something. In a society that went through compressed hypergrowth that internalized time as competitive advantage, this 2-minute response service became an assumed right. Fast is good became an unquestioned axiom. But wait, did this perfect efficiency actually satisfy everyone? Same survey asked the servers. 54% said yes, workload decreased. They didn't have to circle tables constantly. Customers made precise requests, clearer workflow. But 31% said the opposite. Stress actually increased. Think about that. A system built for efficiency creating more stress? Why? Picture a restaurant at lunch rush. 20 tables all full. 3 servers. Table 5 rings, beep, server A goes. Then table 12 rings, beep, server B goes. Right then, tables 7, 9, and 15 all ring. Beep, beep, beep. Where does server C go first? Here's the first paradox of the bell system. You can respond efficiently, sure, but when multiple bells go off simultaneously, chaos starts. The customer sitting at the table has no idea if their call was received. There's no request acknowledged screen, no server raising a hand signaling for "I got it." You just press and wait. 10 seconds pass. 20. 30. Customer thinks, did they hear it? Presses again. Beep. Server's still handling the previous table's request. Customer presses again. Beep, beep. The receiver on the server's belt vibrates constantly. Which ring is new, which is a duplicate? Hard to tell. The system built for efficiency paradoxically generates more calls. Used to be servers circulated, spotted multiple needs at once. Brought water, side dishes, napkins in one trip. Now every single thing triggers a separate call. 1 glass of water, 1 napkin, 1 side dish, individual beeps. And since there's no confirmation, customers keep pressing. The stress servers feel comes from this. During rush hours, the beeping never stops. You're constantly making split-second decisions about which table to prioritize. And when you're delayed, customers ring again. An invisible vicious cycle. When you press that bell, what are you actually doing? Requesting service or activating a system? You press, someone moves on the other end. But between you and that person, there's almost no conversation. Eye contact, smiles, a thank you for your hard work, all minimized. Server drops off food. Here you go. Immediately moves to the next table. Both sides performing an efficient protocol, becoming parts of a system. And the strange thing is, nobody sees this as a problem. Because it's fast. Because it's efficient. Because that's enough. But the bell wasn't the end. In the 2020s, many restaurants started putting tablet kiosks at every table. Order, reorder, even payment, all through the touchscreen. Even simple things like water or wet wipes, you tap a menu item to request them. Don't even need to call a server. More evolved than the bell. Every human touchpoint replaced by a digital interface. Peak efficiency. Servers don't take orders anymore, don't process payments. They just carry food from the kitchen to the table. Clear empty dishes, wipe tables. Only physical tasks remain. Communication, the system handles that. In some cultures, servers come to your table and ask, "How was everything?" Is that slow service or is it human interest? Clearing empty plates immediately is considerate in some places. But in Korea, it might trigger complaints. "I'm still eating, why are you taking it?" Meanwhile, slow response in other cultures is courtesy, not interrupting your meal in conversation. The very definition of good service differs. Korea made a choice. Speed over conversation, systems over relationships, precise signals and responses over uncertain human interaction. It's not about right or wrong. It's just the value we chose. And that choice was successful. Korea's restaurant industry became one of the most efficient in the world. Minimal staff serving maximum customers, high turnover driving high revenue. Economically rational, customers mostly satisfied. Fast, convenient, no need to read social cues. But sometimes I wonder, what's actually inside this little button? Is it technology or is it philosophy? Is it just a tool to summon staff? Or is it a condensed symbol of how Korean society treats time? Worships efficiency, trusts systems more than people? We chose efficiency, and in exchange, we gave up small conversations. How was your meal? Nice weather today. Thank you. Were these inefficiencies, or were they human connection? Order coffee at a European cafe, you might wait 15 minutes. Server walks slowly. No rush. Customers don't hurry either. During those 15 minutes, they talk. Read the paper. Look out the window. Is that slowness, or is it the right to enjoy leisure? There's no correct answer. Just different balance points, different cultures chose. When's the last real conversation you had with restaurant staff? Ready to order? Yes. If that's all, did we gain something while losing something else? This little button isn't just a tool to call servers. It's evidence that Korean society became a speed-centered society that can't tolerate even 2 minutes of waiting. And simultaneously, it's the technological solution that makes that speed possible. We feel comfortable inside this system. We think it's normal. But what did your culture choose? And what are you paying for that choice?